Mhm. Tuesday, 16th of November 2021. Okay, how about what day was yesterday? Anybody? What day was it? Okay, go on.
Yesterday is Monday, the
Wow.
15th of November 2021.
Okay, focus. Was again. Yesterday was
Yes,
focus.
yesterday was Monday, 2000. Yesterday was Monday, the 15th of November 2021.
Okay, very good. How about tomorrow? Anybody? Tomorrow. Tomorrow. Hello. How about what days tomorrow will be? Anybody? Aside from focus one in Sophia, great job. Okay, I will going to call. Boom. What days tomorrow? Tomorrow will be
เรียนหรือเปล่าวันนั้นน่ะ
hello there. Boom. Iya, Wari, Baibua, Rada, anybody? What days tomorrow, children?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Tak. What days tomorrow?
Tomorrow will be
Will be Wednesday. Wednesday what? The 17th of Park, where are you? The 17th of November 2021. 21. Okay, it's Boom who's talking a while ago. Okay, so children. Teacher Boy.
Yes,
Teacher Boy. Is that your boyfriend?
Yes, that's someone, teacher.
Your boyfriend is too handsome.
The first one นะคะ
The first one, wow. Okay, so children, we're going to check your attendance, and then we're going to go on with the video about our lesson for today. Okay, number one, you here? Hello, number one. Good morning. Good morning, Park. Bob. No, Park is not here. I think so. We here. I'm just going to pin myself. Next. Number two. Number three.
Present.
Number four.
Present.
Number five. Number five. Number six. Number seven. Number eight. Number nine. Number 10. No. Number 11. Number 12. Number 13. Number 14. Number 15.
Present.
Number 16. 16. 17. 18.
Present.
16, Andy. 17. 18. 19. 20. 21.
Present.
22, 23,
Present.
24, 25,
Present.
26, 27,
Present.
28, 29, 30, 31, 31,
Present.
32,
Present.
31, 32, 33,
Present.
34, 35, 36,
Present.
37. Okay, again, please. Number 1, number 2, still not here. Number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9, number 10.
Yeah, teacher.
Okay. 11, 12,
Yeah,
13,
teacher. Yeah, teacher.
12, 12, 12, right? 13.
Yes.
Okay, Pukin is number 13. Number 12 is absent, still absent. So next, 17, 18, 19. I'm 11. Josh, you're number 10. Josh, right?
I
I
the student
it
in
in
study.
from Sham.
Ah, you are with Shem.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Number 17, 18, 19, 20, 24.
Yeah.
Focus. Focus to 24. Focus. 20 or 24, focus.
Focus to E20.
Okay, thank you. Next, we have number 17. Okay, noted number 17, you're here. Focus to number 20, 24, 26, still not here, 28, 29, 34, 35. Okay,
Teacher, me 34.
34. Okay, friends, you
Teacher,
said
me 29.
29. Okay, anybody else who's still here so that I can check your attendance? Okay, so Cao Hong, 17.
17.
Okay, it's okay now. Okay, so children, last time we've studied about number 5. Meaning you checked already. It's okay. Okay, so yesterday, is that yesterday? Yes, I think so. So yesterday we've studied about simplifying fractions. Okay, now today we're going to have relationship between a fraction and a whole number. So this one is easier than yesterday. If you think yesterday is a little bit hard, we're going to get back to it later on if we still have time. Okay, children? So get ready for your what's that? Homework, because I will going to let you check it. We only have two numbers as your homework, number 3 and 4. So maybe later on we're going to have more activity for simplifying fraction if because some of your classmates told me a while ago that some cannot understand or some find it hard. So we're going to get back to our lesson yesterday. If we can finish this lesson today earlier, because I think you can follow with this one because it's a little bit easier than yesterday, children. Okay, so now I'm going to play the video, children. So just a moment, please. I'm going to switch off my... There you go. Listen carefully, okay?
Hey guys, and welcome to the Red Planet. I am here hitching a ride headed towards my spaceship to take me home. The only problem I have is that I need fraction power, and we are low. You see, my spaceship runs on fraction power, and in order to get the batteries full, I need to put in the right fractions to recharge the batteries. Let's charge the batteries with the fractions I have collected, and then I can go home. Here we are at the charging station. The first thing we need to do is review what is a fraction. You may remember from my other videos, but just in case you forgot, here we go. A fraction represents an equal part of a whole. Here we see two circles, but only one circle represents a fraction. Can you guess which one? If you guessed the red circle on the left, you are right. To be a fraction, you must have all equal parts. The blue circle on the right is not divided equally.
Okay, so children, we've studied before that fraction is a divided part, equally divided part of a whole. Okay, so this one is, he is asking which one is the fraction with these two pictures. Okay, so if your answer is the red one, yes, this is the fraction because it was equally divided into parts. Why this one? They only have this one. They are equally divided. And how about this one? They are not equally divided. Okay, so it should be even. Now we're going to go on, move
So it
on.
cannot be a fraction. We also need to review how a fraction is written. The fraction we see is 1 over 3, or 1/3. The top number is called the numerator, and the bottom number is called the denominator. The numerator is a part of the whole circle. The numerator is 1 because there is one yellow part of the whole circle. The denominator is the number on the bottom that shows all the parts in the entire circle.
Okay, so we studied before then that there are parts of the fraction, which is the upper number would be the numerator, and this one is the line, which sometimes we read as over, and then the lower number is the denominator. Okay, the numerator, we said that this is the part of the fraction. For example, how many yellow in the whole, in this fraction, how many yellow? Okay, so there is one yellow, so one part. So we have the one part. Okay, so the numerator is a part of the whole fraction. Okay, while the denominator are the number of what, children? Parts. The number of the parts of the whole. Okay, next we're going to move on.
Because the entire circle denominator is 3. This fraction is 1 over 3, also called 1/3. Now that we have this out of the way, let's move on to recharge my spaceship. My batteries only take this type of fraction. This is what we call a unit fraction. Any fraction where the top number is 1 is called a unit fraction. In a unit fraction, it doesn't matter what number is the denominator. This is why we have the letter B here. The letter B can represent any number. All this is saying is 1 over any number represented by the letter B. So it could be 1 over 2, 1 over 3, 1 over 4. Well, you get the idea. Here is a rectangle that is divided into 4 parts. Can you tell me what the fraction is for just this part here? This is 1 over 4, or 1/4.
Okay, so
all this
have
is
you
saying
seen this
is
one?
1 over...
Okay, so you have seen this one, 1 over B. Okay, so this one, it represents B. It represents any number. It could be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, it goes on and on, children. Now we're going to move on. So that is a sign for the fraction. Okay, now we're going to move on.
This is 1 over 4, or 1/4. We can see that each of these parts is 1/4 of the entire rectangle. When you put it all together, they make one whole rectangle. The battery only gets charged when taking one part of the whole, or in this case, 1/4. Let's get another fraction. Here is a rectangle with 5 equal parts. To write the fraction, let's start with the denominator. What number should the denominator be? The denominator is 5 because there are a total of 5 parts of the whole. All 5 pieces together make one whole. Remember that my batteries get charged with unit fractions, which are just one part of the whole. So we have 1/5 or 1/5.
1/5.
Let's put this fraction in the charger and try another one. Here we have 2 circles. Let's see how many parts we have in each circle. On the left, the circle has how many equal parts?
On the left, how many equal parts in here? Children, on the left. How many equal parts? Anybody? 6. How about on the right?
2.
There are 6 equal parts to this circle, so the fraction we want is just one part of the 6 pieces. This fraction is 1/6, also called 1/6. Now let's look at the circle on the right. What is the fraction for just one piece of this circle?
1/2.
The fraction is 1/2, also called 1/2. The part we need is 1/2 of the entire circle. Great job, guys. I am on my way home now. But wait, I noticed something. On the left, we have 1/6, and on the right, we have 1/2, but they are definitely different in size.
Yes,
It
it
looks
is.
like you get more with 1/2 than 1/6. This is good to know. As the denominator or number on the bottom gets bigger, the actual piece itself gets smaller. It is like sharing a pizza. When you eat it with one friend, you both get more than if you share it with 6 friends.
Okay, so it says in here. Okay, so the bigger denominator, the lower. Oh no, it goes. Okay, let it be.
Awesome job! My spaceship is now fully charged. Thanks for helping me charge the batteries with unit fractions. We will see you next time. Goodbye.
Okay, so I'm going to play another video. We're going to have another video, children, about numbers. Okay, we had number, fraction, number online. No. We're going to have this one. Parts of the body. No. Okay, so just a moment. Okay, there you go. Finding fractions of whole number as fractions. So we're going to have how to find of a whole number. Okay, there you go. So no. It should be some moment, children. Okay. So now we're going to have the relationship of that one is just an introduction for the fraction in how it is related to whole number. Okay, now we're going to have this one. One more. Can you see my screen now?
Say that this circle right over here represents one whole. And we've divided this circle into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equal sections. So each of these sections.
Okay. Oh, now we go. So, okay, so you have seen a while ago a one whole circle. So you divided it into equal parts. So how many parts does this fraction have? Children, how many parts does this fraction have?
5.
5. Okay, so if you're going to write a fraction, how are you going to do it? How are you going to read it? How are you going to say it?
1/5.
What else? 1/5. What else?
1/5.
Okay, now we're going to move on.
Represents 1/5. Each of these sections represents 1/5 of the circle. We've seen
Okay,
this
here you
already.
go.
1/5, 1/5, 1/5, and 1/5.
Okay, so these are fractions. So we have the 1 whole. It was divided into 5 equal parts. So if we're going to have this one, we're going to write 1/5, 1/5, 1/5, 1/5, 1/5. Let's see what will happen next. So if we're going to
And if
relate
we were to
it in
then
a whole
color
number.
in some of this, so let's say we were coloring 3 of these sections. So that's one of the sections right over there. Another one right over here. So we've colored in 2 of the fifths and then 3 of the fifths. Notice you put those 3 1/5s together. How much have we now shaded in? We've shaded in 3/5 of the whole. So the fraction that's actually shaded in now is 3/5.
3/5.
3/5 is what's shaded in. Now let's do something in some ways a little bit simpler, but also in some ways kind of interesting. Let's start with a whole again. So once again, this is 1 whole. Let me label it 1 whole. So it's 1 whole. And instead of dividing it into 5 equal sections, I'm just going to divide it into 1 equal section. So if I were to shade in, if I were to shade this in, so if I were to shade it in, just like that, so I'm shading in my...
Okay, so this one, it was divided into 5 equal parts. While this one, he just divide into one equal part. Okay, so he just shaded the whole pizza or the whole circle.
My 1 whole, I'm shading in my 1 equal section. How many of the equal sections are now shaded in?
1.
Well, just to remind ourselves, there is 1 equal section, and I have shaded in exactly 1 of those 1 equal section. I've shaded in the whole thing. Or I could say that 1/1, which you'll never hear someone actually say, is...
Okay, so how many equal parts in here? 1 only. So if it's shaded, it was 1/1. Okay, children. Next.
Shaded in, or I could say that the whole thing is shaded in. So this is equal to 1 whole. So that's a whole. That's interesting. And I want you to keep in mind, remember, look, we have 3, we literally have 1, 2, 3 fifths, and we literally call that 3/5. Now this is 1 whole. Now what happens if we were to do this multiple times? So if we were to, let me copy and paste that. So now
Okay, so children, have you seen this one? This is a fraction, while this one is a whole number, 1. Okay, that is a number. While this is a fraction. While this one is a number. Can you differentiate, children? Yes or no? Our lesson for today is about the relationships between fractions in a whole number. Okay, so what is a fraction? So we have here a fraction. This one, 3/5 is a fraction. 3/5, 3/5, 3 out of 5 is a fraction. While this one, we have 1 whole in here, shaded or divided into 1. Or when we say 1, this one is a whole number. 1 is a whole number. 3/5, 1/2, 4/5, 6/10, they are fractions as long as they have like this one too. Okay, they are fractions. And why? A whole number stands with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. Do you understand, children? Yes or no? Hello?
Yes.
Now we're going to move on.
I have another 1 whole and then another 1 whole right over here. So now in total, how many holes do I have? Well, I have 3. 1, 2, 3 holes. So I could say, and I've actually shaded in 3 holes. So this one right over here is equal to, let me make sure I label it right. This right over here is equal to if I were to take the combination, this is equal to 3.
Okay, so children, what is the fraction in these photos? What is the fraction in this photo? And what is the whole number in this photo? Anybody? What fraction can you see in this photo?
So
What fractions can you see in these photos? Nah, should be in this photo. Yes?
3 and 3/5.
Okay, so what is your whole number, Sophia?
3.
3. And what is your fraction in here?
3/5.
3/5. Okay, very good. You're right. We have 3 as the whole number and 3/5 as the fraction. Or you can just say 1/5, 1/5, 1/5. When 1/5 is a fraction also. Okay? Or 1/1 is a fraction also. If we're going to simplify 1/1, that would be 1 as a whole number. Okay? So we're just going to have a division for this one.
3 wholes. Or if I were to think of it in terms of numbers, just the number line, this would represent the number 3. But what's another way I could represent it? Notice, when I took a 1/5, another 1/5, and another 1/5, I could call that 3/5. So now if I take one 1/1, another 1/1, and another 1/1, well, I should be able to call this 3 3/1 or 3/1, or however you want to call it. So I could call this 3/1. So this is interesting. Now we're seeing where the top number on a fraction is larger than the bottom one. But another way of thinking about this fraction symbol is that it's division. So you could view this as 3 divided by 1 is equal to 3. Or you could say, well, like 1/1 is a whole, and I now have 3 of them. So this is equal to 3 wholes. So 3/1 is the same thing as...
Okay, so children, how are you going to make the fraction? To make the fraction as the whole number. Okay, so you're just going to divide the numerator by the denominator. 3 divided by 1. So if we have 12/4, that would be 12 divided by 4, and then you can get 3 as the whole number, Can you understand, children? If you're going to have the whole number of a fraction, you're just going to divide for this one, for the relationship between the fraction in a whole number. You're just going to divide the numerator by the denominator. Can you understand? Yes or no? Just this one, divided. 3 divided by 1. So that would be 3. So 3 is a whole number. Can you understand, children? So that's how they are connected to each other, or that is the relationship between these fractions. Can you understand? Yes or no? Hello?
Yeah. Yeah.
a number. Let me emphasize that. Let me draw this on a number line. So once again, let me go all the way to 3. So 0, 1, 2, and 1 whole gets us exactly 1 jump on the number line. So
There
this
you go.
right over here, that gets us to 1/1.
1/1.
We do another jump. Now we've gotten 2 firsts, I guess you could say. We've essentially taken 2 of these jumps. Each jump is 1/1. Now we are at 2/1, which is the same thing as 2. You take another jump, and we essentially get to, or we do get to, 3/1, which is the exact same thing as 3. Let's say that this circle right over here represents
Okay.
one whole.
So children, did you understand? Yes or no? Do you understand? Or you want me to play another more? Okay, so one more and then we're going to stop then. Okay, so we have here finding fractions of whole numbers. Now you already know, right? No, my goodness. Okay, now we're going to have finding fraction of whole numbers. We have a whole number, now we're going to find the fraction to see. It should be finding No. Just a moment, please. So we're going to have finding whole numbers in a fraction. Okay, now we go. Okay, there you go. Moment, please. I will just going to share you my screen one more. Then we're going to move on with your activity so that we can finish. Okay, there you go.
Today we are learning how to find a fraction of a whole number. First, let's find what is 1/5 of 10. Well, we're looking for a piece of the number 10, so let's start by drawing this bar, and the whole thing will represent 10. Now, because we want to find 1/5 of 10, we'll take this bar and split it into 5 pieces, so that each piece represents 1/5 of the total. But now what should go inside each of these pieces? Well, if the entire thing is 10, and we're splitting it up into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different groups, then each group will have 2 in it. Now we could say that 1/5 of 10 is just 2. Let's practice one of these together. What is 1/3 of 12? Let's start by drawing another one of these bar models. How much should this whole bar represent? This whole bar will represent 12. Now I'm looking for 1/3 of this. So how many pieces should I split this bar into? Because I'm looking for 1/3, I will split it into 3 pieces. Now each piece of this bar represents 1/3 of the total. Now if the entire bar is 12, how much will be in each of these pieces? When we split 12 into 3 pieces, each piece will have 4. So what is 1/3 of 12? Well, 1/3 of 12, that's 4. Here's another problem to practice with. Let's find what is 1/4 of 20. We'll start with our 20 and draw a bar that altogether represents 20. Now, how many pieces should I split this bar into? Because we're looking for 1/4, we'll split it into 4 sections. That way, each piece represents 1/4 of the total. Now, what number should go into each piece of this bar? Well, the entire thing is 20, and it's being split into 4 sections. When you split 20 into 4 groups, each group will have 5 in it. So now what is 1/4 of 20? Well, 1/4 of 20 is 5. Now it's time for you to practice on your own. What is 1/5 of 30? Start with your whole 30.
Okay, so children, we're just going to have our PowerPoint then. Okay, so just a moment, please. We're just going to share my PowerPoint. It'll be easier for this one. Enough for the videos so that you can do your activity earlier. Okay, now we're going to have the relationship between the whole fraction. We're going to have the relationship of a fraction in a whole number. Now we're going to have this one. Okay, so what does? You already know that a fraction is a part of a whole, right? In a whole number is a number. It stands for 1, 2, 3. They are numbers. They are whole numbers. They are not fraction. So now we're going to have the relationship between fraction in a whole number. So just a moment, please. Oh my goodness, I cannot share this one. Now here we go. Okay. So we're going to have an example for this one, children. So we have, for example, okay. So what if we have the fraction 8/4? So we're just going to have this one, 8/4. How are we going to simplify this one? 8/4. What if we have a fraction 8/4 is 8/4? Okay, so how are we going to simplify this one? Okay, so in order for you to get a whole number out of this fraction, you're just going to divide 8, 8 divided by, just a moment, division. Just a moment, please. When we're going to have 8 divided by, I cannot find my, okay. So here we go, children. So we're just going to divide the numerator by the denominator. So it's going to be 8 by 4. So what's the answer, children? 8 divided by 4 is equal to what, children?
2.
2. So does 2 is a whole number, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. What else? Okay, so how about we have 12/4 as the fraction. Okay, so we're just going to get the whole number by dividing the numerator by the denominator. So we have 12, control V, divided by 4 is equal to
3.
3. Okay, so 3 is the whole number and 12/4 or 12/4 is the fraction. Can you understand, children? You're just going to divide. Do you understand? Yes or no? Okay, so how are we going to get 2? Okay, so how are we going to get 3 in here? Okay, so if we're going to get 3 in here for this one, okay, we're just going to have this one. 8/4. 8/4. We're just going to have 4/4. And then next, we're just going to use addition for this one. 4/4 plus 4/4. And then plus Ini 4 over 4. Over 4. And then what else? Plus, how many 4 do we have already? Okay. So how are you going to get this one? Okay. Now we have here 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 is equal to... No, you go. How many 4 do I have? Should be 8 only. 4 and 4, we have 8. So we have 8 over 4 in here. 8 over 4 in here. So you have 8 over 4. Okay, next we have, how about this one, children? 12. 12 over 14. How are you going to get 12 over 14? 12 over 4. How are you going to get 12 in here? If I use this one, 4 over 4 plus 4 over 4 is equal to 8 over 4. The denominator is just the same, but then do not add the denominator, just the numerator. How about this one, children? 12 over 4. How are you going to get this one in fraction? Anybody? We have 4 over 4 plus what, children? Plus
4 over 4.
what else? We got
Plus
only 8.
4 over 4.
Okay. Is this enough? Is this enough? So we have 4, 8, 12. 4, 8, 12. Okay, is this enough, children? Yes or no? So we have 12. This one, the numerator. 4 plus 4 plus 4 is equal to 12 over 4. So we get that one as that one. Okay. So let me see if you can do this one. Just divide the numerator by the denominator, children. Can you follow? Okay. So could you please? Oh. So maybe I will just going to have this one slideshow. Just a moment, children. I cannot see my screen in here. Sometimes it's not appearing on my... There you go. Okay. There you go. And now we're going to have it. Okay. So children, could you please open your book on page 82. Do activity number 1. Do activity number 1, page 82. Just a moment. Page 82. Math for the book. Activity number 1. That is 1 to 9. 1 to 9. 1 to 9. Children, that's just easy. Just get the whole number. Just get the whole number by dividing the numerator by the denominator. Like this one, 8/4, you're just going to divide 8 divided by 4. 12/4, you're going to divide 12 divided by 4. So the numerator is 12 and the denominator is 4. So you got 3 as the answer. That is a whole number. Do you understand? You're just going to simplify the fraction into a whole number. Can you follow? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, great. Finish? Finish?
Finish.
Ah. How about the others, children? Who are not yet finished, kindly raise your hands. Those who are not yet finished, kindly raise your hands. Everybody finish? Okay, so children, we're going to answer a little bit, okay? Before we're going to say goodbye to each other for this class. Let me see. So we had number one, 8, 8. Yes. Okay, there you go. Okay. Number one. So we're going to answer number one. So there it goes. Okay, so we're going to have number one. Oh, where is it? Okay, number one. Oh, no. So we have. Okay, number one. We have number one. Number one, what is the answer for number one? 8 over 4 is equal to? 2. Okay. So number two, we have for number two, children. Just a moment. We're just going to have a tab tune. Number two, what's the answer of number two?
5.
5. Okay. How about number three? 3? Huh?
4.
4. Okay. How about number 4?
4.
Number 4 is 4. Next, we have number 5.
4.
Number 5 is 4. Okay, very good. Okay, next. How about number 6?
2.
2. Okay, number 6 is 2. Next, we're going to move on with number 5. Number 5?
Number 7.
Sorry. Number 5. Thank you. Number 7?
11.
Number 7, 11, or 55 divided by 55, 11?
1.
1. Okay, next, we're going to move on. Number 8. 63 over 9. 7, children. Next, we're going to have number 7. The last number. Number 7, my goodness. Number 9. The last number. 9. Okay. So 9. Okay. So could you please check your work, children? And then put your scores, your number, your class number in your score on the chat box. If you cannot do it, you can do it online. Our group online. Okay. So no. Do not put your scores in the chat box. I will just going to call you by number so that I can record. Okay. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay, number 1. Number 1, how many did you got? This is 9 points, okay? 9 points. Number 1. Number 2. Number 3.
9.
9. Number 4.
9.
Number 5. 9. Number 6. 9. Number 7. Number 8. Number 9. Number 8, 9. Number 9. Ati. Number 10. Josh. Number 10, Josh. Number 11.
Yes,
How many did you got, Josh? Number 11, Shem. Josh, how many did you got?
9.
9. Josh, is that you?
Yes.
Shem, how many did you got? Shem? Number 12. Number 13. Number 13.
9.
Number 14. Number 14.
Go to the toilet, please.
Okay, number 14. Number 15.
8.
Number 15, 8, right?
Yes.
What happened? Focus. Number 16.
9.
Number 17. Number 18. Number 19. Number 20. Number 21.
9.
22.
9.
23.
9.
24. 25. 25. 26. 27.
9.
28. 29. 29. Money, you can put it on the chat box. 30. 30.
Teacher, 29. 9.
Okay. Number 30. Money.
30 present is a mini.
Yes, I know. I was asking for the score, not for the attendance.
30 is money.
Yes, money. How many did you get?
Her mark is not good.
Okay, money 9. Yeah, I know. Irene 9. I don't know what class number are you, Irene. Number 31.
9.
32.
9.
33. 34.
Present.
34. How many did you get?
Teacher, 34 present.
ใช่เป็นคะแนนไง friendship ไม่ใช่ attendance not attendance
ได้คะแนนเท่าไหร่เงินเท่าไหร่teacher and 7
7 35 absent 36
9
37
5
5 Ang Pao, what class number are you, Ang Pao? Irene, what class number are you? Shem, number 11, right? Shem, number 11, right? Yes. Ang Pao, number 12, 9. Number 11, 9. Irene, what class number are you, Irene? Irene, what class number are you? Ati, 9.
เท่าไหร่
Irene is... Goodness, children, you have to tell me. Irene is number 28. Irene is 9. You just told me a while ago it's 9. Am I right? Goodness, what's happening? Cannot see you. Irene is
9.
Yay. Okay, Irene is 9. Okay, so children, sorry, just a moment, please. There you go. Okay, so children, I hope you understand our lesson for today. So that's all for today. Goodbye, everybody. See you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Have a nice
Have a great
day.
day. Have a nice day. Have a great day, everybody. Goodbye
Goodbye.
for now.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Bye-bye.
Yếm.